crazy,
Hello and welcome to the Out of Bounds Sports Podcast. My name is Corey Harrison. I have Clipper Darrell on the line. He needs no introduction. He's one of the biggest fans for the Clippers. How you doing, Clipper Darrell?
Man, I'm doing fantastic.
Man, I'm so glad to have you on today so we can get into this Laker Clipper thing. But first, I want to ask you about how everything been going as far as like how the stay at home and quarantine phase of everything been going on with you.
Man, I just went out for the first time today, bro. I haven't been nowhere, man. I got me I got my little custom mask now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I went out, but bro, this is crazy, man. The world shut down, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what though? It brought a lot of people together though. It made you communicate. It made people realize, man. That's why a lot of the players, a lot of celebrities, man, was reaching out just to the regular folk, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to the fans and just talking to them, man. LL been doing it for the past month, man, like twice a week.
Right. So have you like developed any new like habits or any like new things since you've been locked down like that?
Eat more, man. You know what? You notice you eat a lot more when you're at home. You ever notice that? Like you stay at home all day, you just get them go to the kitchen, man, just grabbing stuff, man.
That was like the last thing I wanted to try to do when we was locked down. I'm in Texas right now, so I was trying my best to stay away from the refrigerator, keep less in the refrigerator as possible, because I know how I can eat.
Man, you could blow up, man. But I've been exercising though, man. I just walked from Southgate to my house just now, man. That's why I was running a little late, man. I apologize.
Oh, no problem. How far is that from your house?
Probably about 3 miles.
Oh, that's a good distance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It took me about 40 minutes though. It took me about a 40-minute walk. It was. Hey, I need to exercise, man. You know what I'm saying? It was cool.
Yeah, I understand that. So how do you feel about the NBA possibly returning, after the long hiatus? And I know that California was one of the ones that was kind of strict on their policies just because of the numbers are constantly rising. But how do you feel about this new information coming from the NBA and how they're going to be testing asymptomatic players as they reopen their facilities?
I mean, I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they got to do to get this underway, man, you know what I'm saying? It's more to it. We already know the fans is not going to be a part of it. But, Mark Cuban, I love what Mark Cuban is doing over there because he's saying, hey, if I can't test my players, I don't want to take no risk. And that's what I love about him.
Right. So, how long have you actually been a Clipper fan?
27 seasons, man.
And you haven't. I looked it up. You haven't never missed a home game.
Yeah, I haven't missed a home game, and I only missed 2 home games in 20 seasons.
So, with the Lakers being so popular in that area, what?
Hey man, didn't your mother tell you not to curse?
So, what made you gravitate to the junior varsity team?
You know what? I got fired from a job, man, and a guy told me I never amount to anything in life. You know how you get fired, you feel sorry for yourself. Went home, plopped on the couch, turned your TV on. The Clipper game comes on. They said the same thing about them, how horrible they was, how they're not much anything. I said, this is going to be my team. We're going to ride and die together. And that's how I became a Clipper fan.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Like how you actually correlate that with a job.
Yeah. And then 7 years later, man, I could actually afford season tickets, man. I never looked back.
Wow, that's amazing. And I was going through like some of the history and your Instagram page, and like you've met a lot of great athletes. Can you kind of take me through some of the notable people that you probably came across since you've been on this journey?
Oh man, of course, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Carmelo, Snoop Dogg, LL Cool J, Kendrick Lamar. I mean, I've been around them all, man. And you know what the shocking part is? It's like they're a fan of mine and they know who I am. That's what be tripping me out. They be like, man, what's up, Clipper Darrell? I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like when I first met Gabrielle Union, right? She said, how you doing, Clipper Darrell? I said, Gabrielle know my name.
Wow, that's amazing feeling. Just people
Yeah.
actually know who you are, and like I was, following you, and I think it's like really awesome to have a fan like that, because a lot of people, a lot of players are feed off of their fans, and for you to be a staple like that, I'm pretty sure that you help a lot of Clipper games when you're there.
Man, hey, when I first heard that, Elton Brand told me that. He told me, "Thank you for all you do for this team." I was like, wow. He said, "Man, you just don't know, man. Sometimes, man, that energy that you give us and you get that crowd pumped up, man, that gives us that extra boost." And I never thought of that. I never looked at it as that, man. But when Elton told me that, man, I was like, wow, man, they definitely appreciate it, man. And when players come up to you and tell you how appreciate you, fans, I mean, everybody, it's a priceless situation, man. You know what I'm saying? And then overall, and then when a sponsor walks up to you and say, "Hey, man, I want to pay you to come host an event," that that makes it even sweeter. I'm like, "Hey, I get paid to have fun. Oh man, this is easy."
Yeah, that right there, like that's amazing feeling just to do something that you are passionate about and that you love and you get paid for. This ain't something that you hate doing. You're actually having fun. You are actually alive whenever you're out there doing this, and then you're being, paid by sponsors to do this, and this is just you being you.
Yeah, that's
I think that I
it's
think
the
that's
craziest
great.
thing. That because when Kobe gave me the shout out when he was retiring, he gave me the biggest shout out on ESPN. He said that he was gonna miss Clipper Darrell, once he retired. And I was like, wow, that was crazy for me, man. Kobe gonna miss me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I met him a few times. I hung out with him. I've had great conversations with him. But for him to say that, man, it was like priceless, man. That's that. He's legendary, man. Even though he played for that other team, you know.
I
you
wouldn't
know.
just call them just the other team. Like it's the team. 16 championship banners, man.
Hey,
They
shut
just
up!
they're not just the other team.
Shut up!
So take me a little bit through that relationship. I know obviously it's kind of difficult to talk about Kobe. I understand if it's kind of hard if you don't want to touch that subject a little bit, but could you take me to that day? What were you doing when you got the news about Kobe?
Man, it was crazy for me because I just lost my dad a week before.
Mm,
So
sorry to
I
hear that.
was more I was mourning my dad, and then all of a sudden, you know, going to the games and stuff like that, man, is my getaway, man. And I do a post game party after at Shaquille's, and every man, it was like I was in shock, bro. I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Man, I got this. Got to be a dream. Somebody got to be doing an April Fools or something." But it wasn't, man. And and for him, his daughter, and the seven other people that lost their lives, man, that was a crazy situation, man. It really makes you think of saying, "Hey, how important is it to go and to ride in the fog?" I don't know all the, we can all speculate on what happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't. He's not here to defend the situation, so I'm just hurt, man. You know what I'm saying? Kobe, man. Is legendary. Everybody know that, man.
Yeah, and I'm like a lot of others. Whenever the news broke, I didn't want to believe it. It broke whenever I was at a restaurant, and as you know, like just the night before, LeBron had just passed him up on the all-time list. They were playing the Philadelphia 76ers, and I was
Yep.
watching the basketball game with my wife, and we was watching the game together, and we watched LeBron pass him, and then right after the game, you saw the tweet that that Kobe had sent LeBron. It was his last and final tweet that he had from that account. And
Yep.
then the next day, I was kind of still talking about how LeBron passed Kobe on the list. And then I went to go play a pickup basketball game. Went to go get some lunch, and my mother sent me a text because she know how much I love the Lakers, how I love Kobe, and
I'm
I
sorry to
thought
hear
it
about
was
that.
I was. You sorry about Kobe, or you sorry about me being a fan of the Lakers?
I'm sorry about you being a fan of the Lakers.
Oh man, we gonna get into some more of that, man, because I got some questions about the Clippers a little bit more, but yeah, but just
Okay.
like it was just like a horrible feeling, and I just didn't want to believe it, and it didn't hit me until like all the news outlets was reporting it, and I was looking it up, and I couldn't find it, And then when I saw it on TV, that's when like reality set in that, you know, we just lost Kobe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was crazy, man. I mean, they had the whole LA Live packed, man. I mean, I did a few tributes to him, man. You know what I'm saying? Kobe invited me out to the city of LA when they honored him, for 8/24, August 24th. And it's one of them situations, man, where it's still so hard to believe, even right now, you know. And
Absolutely.
I feel bad for his family, man, for his wife and kids, though.
Yeah, if you think about it, you know, you look at these athletes and you think of them as, you know, these characters on TV that you root for and things like that. You don't really think of the personal person, you know, as them, you know, being a father, mother, of, you know, stuff like that. And when you know, think about it and put it in the context and you think about your situation, you think about your own mortality at some point, because if this happened to Kobe, this can happen to me.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's what really, you know, stunned me, because I have, you know, children of my own, wife, and you know, you think about that. This happened to Kobe. This ain't supposed to happen to Kobe. That's the first thing you like. You know, this is Kobe Superman. This shouldn't happen to him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Is your wife a Laker fan too?
It's funny. She's a Dallas Mavericks fan, and
I love it.
And when Kawhi Leonard signed with the Clippers, she became a Clipper fan.
Nanny.
She hates the Lakers.
Hey, what about your kids? Are they old enough yet?
Kids, my oldest son rocks with Milwaukee. He likes Giannis. And then my youngest son, he don't really follow basketball. They're both 13, 14.
Okay.
So, and then I have a daughter.
Is she into basketball?
She's only 5. She really don't you know, talk to about it, but she knows about Kobe. She talks about Kobe a lot, but she doesn't really gravitate to any sport yet.
Yeah, because my 16-year-old son, he started off, he LeBron, wherever LeBron go, I started off taking him to the game. I only had to take him to one game a year because that's the only time Cleveland came to town, right? Or Miami came to town, right?
Right.
Now he played for the Lakers. Now he go 4 times a year, man.
Yeah, he go 4 times. So I want to get into your like how you felt about when Kawhi actually signed with the Clippers.
Bro, do you really want to know? Did you see the video that I put out?
Yeah.
It was bananas, man. When I had to jump on Snoop, you know what I'm saying? Because me and Snoop go at it all the time about it. And so I had to put a video out on him. But I mean, it was like, bro, one of them dreams. You know, this is what happened. I'm gonna take you through it. I was asleep. I was going to Vegas the next day because of the summer league, and I go every year when the Lakers and the Clippers play, right? So I was asleep. My boy Tony, my boy Tony Farmar, that used to play in the NBA, hits me up, and he says, "Darrell, did you hear the news?" I said, "What news?" He said, "Man, y'all just got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George." I said, "Man, don't F with me, man." I said, "Man, I'm asleep. Don't play with me, man. I got to get up in the morning." He said, "Man, I'm serious." Then once I said that, my other phone started ringing. And then I knew my tweets was going off. Everybody, oh, bro, I went screaming down the street, man. Hey, bro. I think I woke my whole neighborhood up. I did the video outside for Snoop. Then I ran back in the house. I'm running outside in my PJs, right?
Yeah.
Then I come back in the house, get dressed, jump in the car, shoot down to the Staples Center, and run around the whole Staples Center, man. Run around all LA Live, man, all through Yard House, and I was just going off, man. Went through the hotel, bro. I was ecstatic, man. Then went in front of Staples Center to do another video. So that news, man, was like, because it was like a dream come true, because 2 guys wanted to be here, and they wanted to be a part of this red, white, and blue, man, and wanted to bring us a championship.
My experience was a little worse than that.
You cried.
I wanted to. I didn't, but I held together, because
Okay.
all that week I'm at work. I mean, I'm checking my phone, checking every website because we thought we had the leverage to sign Kawhi Leonard.
Y'all always think that.
Magic Johnson spoke to him, and when Magic said it was good, that's the gospel to us. Like he spoke to Magic, but actually, I feel like that meeting with Magic was more detrimental than anything because he had specific instructions to all the teams he spoke to was don't leak our talks, don't say anything about what we're discussing or anything like that. And the Clippers was the only ones that you didn't hear anything from.
Exactly.
And they didn't say anything about it. And then the news broke the next day because I remember I checked my phone. So I get up in the morning and I wanted to do a search and see, if he actually signed because he was the last big free agent that was kind of holding up everything. And when he signed and I saw that Clipper uniform on, I then rolled out the bed because I was like, oh my God, like seriously? Like he signed with the Clippers. And then the rest of it, Paul George came too. I said, how in the world was they able to pull this off? Paul George had just signed a contract with the Thunder a year ago. And I looked at the deal and all the draft picks that was involved. I said, man, the Clippers did that. I can't even hate on that because they was able to pull off the impossible. And if you look at how they set everything up, and you look at everything that they had, they've been setting it up from the start, trading off Tobias Harris. And I was like, why they, trading off their best player? Then you think you go a little bit further back, the Blake Griffin trade. Hey, why they got rid of Blake Griffin? And then Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and you think about all this, just keep going back. I mean, they seem like they roster is like not as good as it was, but they were still making the playoffs. They made the playoffs, they made the 8th seed last year, and they took 2 games off the full strength Warriors team last year. So I was like, they had already had the team put together, and then adding them to. I mean, it's a scary lineup. I mean, I can't even front on that. It's a scary lineup for sure. Defensive minded lineup. We've only beat them once this year, which I think that we should have beat them. More than that, but it's neither here nor there, I guess.
Hey, the Laker era is over, baby. It's the new Steve Ballmer era, baby. It's our time, man. That's all I got to say now.
Man, and I it's gonna be interesting to see how this shapes up. I'm looking for this to be a Western Conference Finals matchup. That's why I was kind of hoping that this season hurry up and progress on. But a little bit about Steve Ballmer, and I noticed that it's almost like a a perfect marriage between you, the Clippers, and Steve Ballmer because of his high energy and how he comes in the press conferences. How he has a lot of high energy. But at first, I want to talk about how the Clippers even got to the Steve Ballmer era. A little bit about that Donald Sterling thing. How did you feel about that? The Donald Sterling situation.
You know what though? Honestly, though, man, Donald Sterling was good to me. I can't say, man, he didn't make it to a game one time. He sent the LAPD commissioner to my seat to give me his seat. He put me on a plane with the team, game 7 of the playoffs. I've had so much fun with him. I had great conversations with him after games. But this is what I felt. Whatever you say in the privacy of your own home, in your own home to your mistress, is your business. Nobody in a million years, I would think, will record something and sell it to TMZ. So that's when I said, wow, man, you can't trust nobody, right? Then when he went on Anderson Cooper that next day and was talking about how Magic doesn't do anything for his community and stuff like that, I said, oh, Donald, man, you just messed up. You just messed up. So I was like, man, whoever telling him to go on that show, I was very disappointed in that. But I can't see. I seen a side to him that that I liked. I never saw the prejudice side. If you take a recorder to anybody, black, white, Asian, whatever, you're gonna find a lot about somebody in the privacy of their own home. I don't care who they are.
Right. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just feel what you say in the privacy of own home is none of my business. Now, if once you bring yourself out and you show us the world, being a slumlord, it's a bunch of slumlords. There's black, white, Asian slumlords out there. So that's what he says about his players. They are his players when you look at it. People say that it's a speech. Did I ever felt that Donald Sterling was prejudiced? No, I've never felt that at all. But I can't speak. I only can speak for myself. I don't know how the players felt. I don't know how certain players. He said certain things to certain players in the locker room. I wasn't there for that. But at the end of the day, we still human, and I believe we can talk like men, we can act like men. Why can't we conversate like men and tell that man how you really felt? You see,
Right.
that's the only thing
Yeah, and it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. People was calling for him to let the team go. And I didn't even think, even after he said that, I didn't even think he's an NBA owner, so I'm like, how are they gonna be able to mastermind him, selling the team if he doesn't want to? And that takes me to Shelly Sterling. How did you feel about how she was able to pull that off?
She just said she's tired. She's burnt out. Donald does done too much. Let me go ahead and sell this team. Let me just go ahead and get this $2 billion and walk away. But you see what she did. She got her 4 courtside seats. She gets a ring when we win a championship. So it's like she still owns the team, basically. But they only paid, they paid like in between 10 and 15 million for the team. So to get $2 billion for it was a dream come true for them. But overall, though, man, I mean, both of them, they've done some slumlordy things. But if you look at anybody's past, you could find negative on anybody. So why can't we just let that man live? He's senile now. He can't. You notice you ain't heard nothing from him.
No.
So, but I can't. Honestly, I can't say nothing bad about him, man, because he treated me well, man. Even though the situation even though when the team tried to take my name away from me, man, I don't know if it was him. I just knew I had a couple of haters that worked in the organization that didn't like me.
I heard about that too.
So that's the only thing, man. But to me, I'm a Clipper for life. It's just like fighting with your wife, fighting with your best friend, fighting with your cousin. Hey, we're gonna fight, and then we're gonna kiss and make up later on, man. That's all it is. People take this stuff to the extreme instead of trying to communicate with somebody and understand how that person feels before you make a judgment. Because we quick to judge because what we hear on TV. See, I don't judge a person by somebody else's thoughts. I judge a person on what I take from it. Just like when you asked me to come on your show, you know what I'm saying? I looked at you and I said, "Oh man, this dude look like pretty cool." Hey, let's go ahead and do it. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, a podcast is a podcast. Communication is a communication. If you know what you're talking about in sports, why not do it?
I absolutely agree with you on that.
People get so caught up in the prestige. Oh, I'm big. I got 100,000. I got 1 million followers. He only got 200. So what? If this man can give you a great show, why not give him the opportunity? All I tell people when I tell people, they always ask me about podcasting and advice that they. Okay, I'm back. And the advice I always give them, I just tell them, man, know what you're talking about, do your research, and give people time. Don't overtalk. And when I first started it, man, when I first started my shows, man, I was a nervous wreck, man. I used to stutter, because of the excitement of being around these guys, man. But then my boy, I got my mentor in this business was my partner, Big Boy. That's one of the big. He works for the biggest hip hop station out here, and he gave me the biggest advice. He said, "Darrell, treat everybody like they're in the living room of your own home. That's it. He said, man, this is your home. You know, you control everything. And that's what I did, man. And once I did that, you know, because getting people on is the easy part. It's keeping them tuned in. And
Right.
that's all you got to be a great host. And once you become that great host, man, it's unlimited is the word for you, man. You don't know where your show can go.
And it's funny you said something like that, because whenever I first started, I was getting, like people on, and it was kind of hard for me to, to establish how I wanted to go with the show. The show kind of went longer than it should have went, and I kind of got off topic. I, wasn't able to, articulate words the way I wanted to, articulate them. And it's still a struggle because I'm still, learning the podcasting forum, and also trying to get quality guests on, and have something to talk about, because I can talk sports all day long, but it's kind of hard when you're in front of that microphone, in front of that person, and then you start forgetting your words, and like you said, stuttering, and it was been kind of hard, the rocket starting off, but it's kind of getting better now.
Just take your time, understand, do your research, and keep your notes in front of you. And then you can, as long as you keep your notes, don't try to wing it. Always have a format of your show and stuff you're going to talk about. Now, if it goes off topic, hey, a lot of stuff goes off topic. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you because you're the host. So now you got to bring it back. But if the person you're interviewing is taking it off topic, hey, let it go off topic. You know what I'm saying? That's the person. That's your guest. You see, because you never know where it's going to lead. Because when you ask one question, it leads into 3 or 4 other questions that you probably didn't even write down. That's how it is. So that's why you got to listen. And when you listen to the people, man, it's an unlimited situation for you, bro. I'm telling you, it's fun, man. These podcasts are fun.
I agree with you.
You just got to take your time, man. I don't look at them as, I don't look at podcasts and say, oh man, he only got 50 subscribers. I'm not going on this show. No, that's not me. Everybody, huh?
Yeah, I was when I was really shocked that you responded back. I was like, man, he responded back. I was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning here, and I had woke up my wife. I said, Clipper Darrell responded back to me, and she was like, who? And she went back to sleep. I said, you ain't no Clipper fan. You're a fake Clipper fan. You don't know who Clipper Darrell is.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody's human, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got a format. Using that Zoom situation. Look at, you got a mic in front of you. You know what I'm saying? You looking good. You got your gear on. You ready to go, man. I wish you all the best, man.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. I got a couple more questions, and then we're gonna get in the show on that. So as the season was going, Clippers was, pretty good, even though they didn't have a full strength roster throughout the duration. They was trying to find the chemistry and, drop some games, but still, with the addition of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, in your honest opinion, where do you think this team can progress to this season and beyond?
2 championships. Honestly, I feel like this is our time, man. When you have an organization from the top to the bottom, see, when your leader loves the game and has consultants, we got the best consultant in the game, Jerry West. So when you can, we got Lawrence Frank, we got Doc Rivers. So all these people are in his ear talking to him, and he's absorbing it like a sponge, and he makes a decision. That's what ownership is all about. It's not about, people get caught up in, just because you own something is everything. That doesn't mean that. It means, it means you own it, you got your name on it, but you take a group of guys to lead it to go to the next level. Because if you got an asshole of an owner, you're not gonna perform. It's just like when you go to work every day, man. You always got a boss or a manager or somebody that's always got to be on you. People, you can get the best out of somebody by communicating, man. Hey, you're doing a great job today, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming in. That's all people want to hear sometimes. Hey, I think you did that wrong. I think, you need to come back. I think you need to do this, this, and this. It's not, my mother always taught me, man, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And when you talk to people, like people, instead of like because you own them or you rule them, man, bro, I've never seen this Clipper organization so hyped to come to work, man. To the salespeople, to the janitors, to the everybody in the front office, man, is loving to come to work, man. And when we acquired, when we did the news conference for Kawhi and Paul George, he invited the whole office. So the whole office was there, man, a part of it. So Steve Ballmer is definitely a team player, man, and I love him. I love him. I love him, and I thank him. And man, and I just believe that we're going to the top, man. I just believe, I feel it, man. I feel it in my gut that we can win it all.
And that's for a Laker fan, that's the scariest part, because I was looking, how that team is structured and everything you said, from the front office, having Jerry West. We should have gave Jerry West a lifetime position. There's no reason Jerry West should have ever been in the Clippers organization.
Exactly.
He should you figure out something. He should have had a lifetime position. But that's Jerry West, everything he touches gold. He's the one that traded Vlade Divac, the starting center, to draft Kobe. An unproven 17-year-old coming out of high school. He had the vision to say, hey, I think that this kid can win us a championship. And he went to Shaq and told him, he said, I just drafted this kid out of high school. I think he's going to be able to bring you a couple championships. And that's what happened. He had the conviction to trade Vlade and draft Kobe. What kind of, if you think about that, what kind of man is he to think of that and it correlate to a championship just like he's predicted?
Exactly. I mean, the man's a genius, man. When it comes to looking at talent and matching it up, man, he's a genius when it comes to it, man. You got to listen to everything he touches too. I mean, look what he did for Golden State. Look what he did for the Lakers. Look what he did for Memphis. And then now look at what he's doing for the Clippers, man. And all it is consulting, man. See, it's opening up your ears and listening, man. And if you in this business, and once you respect people, there's two things you got to do in this business: is respect people's time, and don't give out people's information, bro. You're gonna go a long way in this business, man. And and don't bring your friends. And see, I've learned in my lifetime is that two things that I don't do is I don't bring my friends around, and I don't ask for no money, and I got friends for life. All these, because one thing about celebrities and people that got money, they always got your back if they like you. And if they see that you're progressing and they see you're doing good things, they come up to you. They say, man, if you ever need anything, man, don't hesitate to ask. And that's your door right there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, that's actually impactful advice, because a lot of times people get funny when you start asking about that money, man. Like, you have friends. You say, man, can I borrow this? Can you borrow that? And you're like, man, I don't want to be around him. Every time I talk to him, he always want to borrow some money.
Exactly.
That'd be the thing. But as long as you I don't care how, with me, I don't care if I got 2 cents in my pocket, nobody never know about it. I just try to figure it out.
Yeah, because see, Corey was one of my first guys that I really hung out with, my first NBA player, and he taught me a lot. And he was good to me. I worked for him for 3 months, and I learned a lot from him. And the two things that I learned from him is when guys invite you out to dinner, right, and they take you to them fancy restaurants, the first thing when it's over, they know that you can't afford, or they know your position that you don't go to these restaurants. So they got you. But the one thing you can do is throw a tip out. You see, so you throw out, you can afford $30, $40 to throw a tip out, and that's all they want to see. Now it's up to them to say, hey, don't worry about it. I got this. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, that's what's gonna happen. But all I'm saying, don't never take advantage, because just because you hang out with a millionaire, a lot of them, hey, that's why they millionaires, because they don't spend their money.
Right. That's good advice. I mean, if any listeners out there can take anything from this podcast, that's great sound advice from Clipper Darrell.
Yeah, I just take one day at a time with these guys, man.
So last couple questions. So who is your favorite Clipper? I'm putting you on
I
the
don't
spot.
have one, man. As long as you put on that red, white, blue uniform, I got love for you, baby.
Okay.
I don't have no favorites.
How does this team stack up to the Lob City team?
Lob City was coming out of an era that we was going into, that we can actually start making the playoffs. And so now Lob City was fun. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. I love all my guys, man. But the thing that I was hurt of was that Chris and Blake, and to me, and I think it was just lack of communication, lack of their agents getting them guys into a room and saying, hey, we can actually win something. Because you don't forget, we was up 3-1 against Houston Rockets, and we lost 3 straight against the Houston Rockets, and that's put us out the second round of the playoff. That we could have went to the Western Conference Finals that year. But I can't. I'm not gonna blame Doc for it. I'm not gonna blame. It's all about an era. It's all about starting from the top, and that's what it's all about, respect. And when people respect their bosses, they work hard for you, man. They go to greens of the earth for you. And look at Patrick Beverly on how he plays. When Patrick Beverly on that floor, he plays hard every single game. When Kawhi's out there, he plays hard. If Kawhi can't play, he don't play. This whole team, it's no egos on this team. And that's what I love on this particular team. With the Lob City's team, people always got to have, it's Blake's team or it's Chris's team or somebody. It ain't nobody's team. It's the Los Angeles Clippers. We're a team. Quit worrying about who team it is. Go out there and win. Y'all got everybody knows who the star players are. Go out there and be the stars that you are and win us a championship. And you can write them sponsors and them checks keep coming to you. But people get so caught up in whose team it is. And you can't do that, man, if you want to succeed in life. You know what I'm saying? If you're making money, doesn't matter who team it is. If you have a co-host on your show, doesn't matter whose show it is. Everybody knows it's your show. I have my own show. Everybody knows it's my show, but it's our show, because without this person, without my social media people, without my producer, without the camera people, it's no show. It takes a team. And when people realize that in business, in life, in sports, that it takes a team to win, you think Tiger Woods is the best golfer in the world because he's Tiger Woods? No, he had the best instructors around him. He had the best people telling him. He didn't have yes people. He had people, hey man, you making a mistake here. You need to do this. You see, that's all it is. Serena Williams, they had Joe Jackson, like Michael Jackson daddy on there for the Williams. But look where they at today. People can talk about people, man, but it's determination and the passion and the love that you have for the game, the sport that you play. And you go if you love this podcasting, it's going to show. That's all it is. It's going to show in what you do. It's going to show in your prep. It's going to show it in your intros. It's going to show during the show. That's all it is, man. People go like, dang, man, I like his shows, man. He's very informative. He asks his questions that people want to know. You see, he does his research. That's what the key is.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you on that. I mean, if you're passionate about something, it should show in your actions. Before you even open your mouth, you can actually see if this person is actually with it or if they're not. and that's the beauty of having love for what you do.
Yes.
So leave us with some last topic advice. Like what is the best advice you can give out there? What is the best
Man,
advice you've been given?
I learned. I end every show that I do. I say, united we stand, divided we fall. The reason why I say that because I lost my mom and dad, and I always end it with united stand, divided we fall. I say, I love you, mom and dad. That's how I end my shows every time. I lost my mom and dad. They was the best people in the world to me. They had my back to the fullest. I didn't have to never worry about that, man. If I didn't have $1 in my pocket, my parents had me. I knew it to the fullest. We was gonna figure it out together. But the advice that I would tell people is that stop getting caught up on disrespecting another person and just communicate, agree to disagree, and leave it alone. Why do I have to call you a name or call you senseless or call you stupid because you cheer for the Lakers and I'm a Clipper fan? It doesn't make sense. We're not going to agree on everything. We're going to agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, we can still be friends. Because I say that to say this, because people like Clipper fans expect me not to like Laker fans. That means I wouldn't like my mom and dad. That means I wouldn't like my kids. Okay, I wouldn't like my sisters. My sister's a Philadelphia 76ers fan. So I'm not gonna sit up here and get caught up in disliking people. Respect the person's opinion, because that's all we got is an opinion. It's your opinion, But let's stop calling each other names. That's the only thing. We can argue. Now we can argue all day, but I don't have to never ever call you out your name. That's all.
Absolutely.
Because the reason why I say that is because people get so caught up on this Twitter stuff. They want a Twitter badge, they want an Instagram badge, they want that social media bully. But when you talk to them direct, because I hit them in a DM. I hit them on the film. I say, man, let's talk about this, bro. Let's get to know me, because you don't know me. You only know me because of what you see on TV and what you get caught up in. But let's get to know one another. Then you can, address your opinion. You're gonna call me a clown. You're gonna call me a clown. Hey, let's talk about this. Why do you feel I'm a clown? Because of this, this, and this. Okay. But it's my opinion. I can say what I want to say. That don't make it right. It's my opinion. It don't make it factual. The Lakers is no good to me. The Laker era is over. It's Clipper time. I've been saying that for years.
No, sir.
I've been saying that for years. But at the end of the day, y'all scared of us right now.
I think you like the Lakers. I really do. I think you're a closet Laker fan.
You see what I'm saying? But people say that. But see, the thing is, I got respect because I used to watch the games with my dad. And he's a Laker fan. And my son, wherever LeBron go, he go. My oldest is a diehard Laker fan. He was a Kobe Bryant fan. So my thing is, I don't never get caught up on who I am. Or, all that TV stuff and what y'all see on TV. All I want to do is show respect to the other fans that's in other arenas, man. And let's have some fun cheering our teams on to victory, man. Because, what am I going to fight you? Are we going to fight because my team beat your team? Does that make any sense?
Not at all.
But we can battle back and forth, and we can go back and forth and talk back and forth. Who's the best? Who's not the best? Why this? But all the name calling, let's stop doing that.
I absolutely agree with you on that. It does go too far sometimes whenever we're doing these debates and things like that. And we don't own none of these teams. It's fun to watch, and we have something to talk about. But at the end of the day, I mean, it looks crazy, looks stupid for people to, take it to that extreme to be calling another man out of his name because he's passionate about a team. So, I agree with you on that. But I do want to end the show on that note. I do appreciate you coming on, Clipper Darrell. how can we follow you? Like, how can we follow your show and follow you? So shout out your what you're doing with your podcast or your show.
They can follow me at Clipper Darrell. Everything's at Clipper Darrell. So my website is clipperdarrell.com, and they can get everything on there. They can go to my my foundation. I give back to the youth, and then my show's on there, Fan Truth. So everything's on there is at Clipper Darrell. And, they can email me. They can hit me up on the DMs, and I answer back, man. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy our fandom, man, while we here. Let's show each other. Let's give each other our roses, their roses while we here, instead of disrespecting one another.
And that's where it all is. You have this generation, and they feel like they have to bash you for this and bash you for that. But it's great that you were able to be humble enough to be able to have me come on my show and actually provide great interviews and things like that. It's a great thing to have someone like that.
And I appreciate you asking me, man. I appreciate you, man. Each and every day, man. I don't take being Clipper Darrell for granted, man, because it can end tomorrow.
Absolutely.
People can walk. So, I thank God every day, man, for the love and the passion that people show me.
There it is. So we're out, and I do appreciate you, like I said, coming onto the show. Like I said, follow Clipper Darrell. If you have any question that you want to ask on the next show, please let me know. And we're out.
Let's go, Clippers. Let's go.